Well. Hello, Internet. How are you doing? How are you all? How have you been? What's new? Trying to get this stream set up once again. Alright. Well, we can see it in this shot now, but I guess that's just part of the situation. All right, y'all know the routine at this point. We're gonna go live vertically. Hey Siri, make the big light too. And we're gonna do some speed dribbles. Jam. Right. So I'm gonna procrastinate for a couple more minutes, and then we'll go live. At some point, I need to wipe this easel down. It's full of charcoal. And oh, so itchy. Eventually, we'll have to get a new one. It's kind of falling apart. Got rained on one time, and it's kind of wobbly. It's all right. So am I. All right, what time is it? 6:24. Oh, stretch it out. Okay, here we go. All right. I think we're gonna stay zoomed in most of the time. I'll zoom out when we do some chats, but I think that it's nice to see mostly the drawing. We're drawing on a smaller sketchbook tonight, so that might change something a little bit, but not much. Let's go ahead and take it out on art. We know the mantra, babies. $6:25. We can no longer procrastinate. Let's bring the music down. I mean, I say we can no longer procrastinate. I sure can. Go blow my nose. All right. Here we go, y'all. We ready, Freddy? See if anybody's out there. We're going live. Welcome to the stream, superheroes, all my multi-talented artists with healthy mental and physical health. Thank you for being here. My guys, my gals, my non-binary pals. Let's do some drawing. Alright, so we're just gonna warm up a little bit. We're working on a smaller sketchbook today. I have filled up so many of those large sketchbooks that we are now using a smaller sketchbook. But same thing. Trying to focus more on my line quality and the you know, the motion of my arms, how fun that might feel. Okay, I could be done with that. Let's keep going. Oh, how are you? Have you been making art? What have you been up to? How is your life? How are things? You know, sometimes I like them like that, just like right out the gate. Like, don't put too much work into it. Just like two passes like that. I think looks pretty good, honestly. But let's keep going. Oh, we're trying a different. We probably should have started a little earlier, but raining. I was hungry. So here we are. I wonder what is happening with the world tonight. What's today? Today is Wednesday, Thursday. Well, we'll just draw for a little while and see what happens. Alright. How fast can we get this done? Close. Something like that. Get the little highlight in his eyes. Yeah, that's pretty good. Where is our... Here, give us some more. Using this eraser kind of like white chalk. Like that. What do we think? Hey, what's up? What's up, Evil? Is that what they call you, Evil? I think that's our first drawing of the evening. That took us a total of 3 minutes and 39 seconds. What do y'all think? Let me pull the chat up on my preview screen here. Pop out the chat. What's up, Mando? Thank you, Evil. Mando, are you are you artist? Thanks for subbing. I appreciate it. Let's do another one. Mando, are you an artist? Usually we do a little bit bigger of a sketchbook, but I just filled up like 4 huge sketchbooks back to back. So working on about a quarter a size. Drawings still work, but details are slightly different. All right, let's do another one. Y'all ready? Yeah, be sure and like the stream as well if you can. This is what I look like. What's up, Mando Evil? If you be sure and like the stream right here when you sub the page, get some more people hanging out in the community. Do another one. Y'all ready? Two-handed draw. All right, something like that. Tell me in the chat when you see a face. Something like that maybe is a good start. Okay. That. Something like that. There we go. Just try not to control the drawing too much and kind of let it kind of control itself a little bit. How was that? What's up, Storm Chaser Pro? Thanks for subbing. Be sure and like the stream too. Get some more people in here hanging out with us. Yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm not trying to like focus on whether the drawing is good or bad. Like, I'm trying to like actively focus on like just having fun, on the line quality, kind of focus on the materials. Instinct that we all have is to like as soon as you start to draw or write or create, be an artist or just a human in any way, you have that little voice in the back of your head that says that you're not drawing well enough, or that song isn't good enough, or you're not good enough. And if you listen to that voice every step of the way, you can never get through a drawing, you know? And and if you listen to the voice and you still complete your drawing, you end up with realistic drawings. And I think realistic drawings are wonderful. But if you want to create art without stress, I'm looking for my eraser. Instead of like listening to that voice in your head that says that's not the perfect line, or you're not drawing it well, or you're not writing well, and that little voice in your head, it'll start like as soon as you start drawing. But what I would try to do and what I would encourage you to do is like practice to ignore that voice. You know, when that voice tells you that line's not perfect, or that word you're writing doesn't work great for the story, or the song you're writing, this isn't perfect, or whatever it is. And sometimes you can just tell that voice in the back of your head, like, hey, just take a back seat. This isn't that serious. I'm just scribbling on a sheet of paper, you know? And like I think that takes some practice, like learning how to kind of quiet that voice in your mind that constantly is trying to edit, you know? Kind of just like it try to, and mostly when you're creating art in this particular fashion, and this isn't true for every piece of art, but this particular style, um, you want to focus on not creating the perfect, most realistic picture. It's not important to put everything in the right place. Um, I always say that it's like a signature. When you've learned to write your name in a certain way, um, it's not stressful or exhausting, or it's not any work to like do your signature. And when somebody asks you to do your signature, it's almost like exciting. Like I can't wait to do my signature for someone. And I think when you're drawing, instead of focusing on like what you're drawing all the time, if you focus on like the direction of the lines and um, how much you enjoy writing those lines, and just like a signature, um, you can write lines that nobody else can write except for you. And if you focus on that and you start trying to draw expressive lines, and you start to not fix your mistakes, and you just let the quote unquote mistakes stack up, you end up with an expressive piece of art that only you could have done. You teach me how to draw a face after you're done. Well, that's what I'm doing. uh Storm Chaser, are you an artist? Do you chase storms? All right, let's do another one. You ready? Thanks for subbing, by the way. Yeah, I appreciate that. Megan. You missed me, bro? Well, that's very sweet of you to say. A little bit. Well, you're too young. You should get off the internet. Let's go. All right, here we go. How old do you have to be on YouTube? Let me ask you that. There we go. Something like this. See, and again, I'm not trying to concern myself overly with if I'm drawing everything correctly. I'm just doing my signature lines. I'm just trying to have fun and express myself. However old my parents say. Well, I guess that's true. And my little brother is like 4 and he watches YouTube. Well, that's too young to watch YouTube. Get a job. Well, I will tell you this. Kids might be too young, but I bet you get agitated or you get angry or sometimes maybe you get punished or you get in trouble or you get frustrated. Maybe you have some kind of situation with your little brother or your parents or your sister. And next time you end up in one of those situations where you're very frustrated, don't like lash out at your family. Don't lash out at your siblings or or don't even lash out at yourself. Like next time you're in one of those frustrated positions, like you just want to scream, go scribble a picture. And you'd be surprised that you can go scribble a picture of nothing. You can just do some nice abstract scribbles, smudge them around, use an eraser, just kind of create some kind of abstract face. And you'd be amazed at how you can transform that negative feeling into something positive really fast. But also get off the internet. Go read a book. Be sure and subscribe to my YouTube channel though, and like the stream. But also like get off the internet. Go draw some pictures. Go play with your puppies. I don't know, but actually, if you got to be on the internet, watching someone draw, it's got to be better than half of the crap they got out there, huh? You can imagine. When I put these streams on, they're crazy. Oh yeah, Chaser Pro, you got me there. Busted. I am the internet. I guess you're right. But if that's the case, maybe you're also the internet as well, because over here to me, you are the internet. But you're right. If you gotta be, you're smart. You might be a kid, but you're smart. You could be well, then hang out here. This is probably the best place for you to be on the internet. And you tell your parents that I said you were too young to be on the internet. Thank you. Megan, did you request the dragon last time? Was that you who requested it? Would you like to request another drawing this time? I've had a lot of compliments on the dragon. Hey, y'all, be sure you've liked the stream. Let's look at some scribbles. Let's look at some scribbles. What do you think? Is there something there? Is it just a bunch of scribbles or is there a face? That's called pareidolia. All right, let's keep going. Megan says, and then at the end of the year, my art teacher is giving us our drawings. So at the end of the year, my art teacher is going to give us our drawings. I don't know why she just doesn't give us right there, but I've been making dragon, which I've already. Oh, very cool, Megan. Also, like, you youngins need to get off the internet, number one. Number two, you need to quit telling people how old you are on the internet as well. I don't think that's good either. So that's a tip from Uncle Gabriel. Stop telling people your age on the internet. It's always like really young people or like middle-aged people come in and just be like, "This is my age and this is how I feel." But you kids, you got to stop doing that. That's bad etiquette. All right, here we go. All right, I don't even know what we're. I know what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna try to do maybe like a slightly different pattern ish. You know, see what kind of comes out of it. Okay, all right. What do we think? Okay. Again, I'm trying not to overly focus on what we're doing here and kind of just hyper focus on just the little areas and moving my pencil in a way that's like the most possible fun for me to move a pencil, you know? But I kind of think of it like a signature. You know, you're not trying to draw a picture when you write your signature. You like move the pencil around in a way that only you could possibly move a pencil, you know, as you write your signature 1,000 times. Um, it starts to be like second nature to you, like the way you draw those lines. And I try to get there with my drawings where it's like I'm really just like the whole picture is kind of feels like the lines of a signature. You know, does that make sense? Why do you have two live streams? Well, we've got the horizontal stream and we've got the vertical stream, Storm Chaser. Some people like the vertical streams, some people like the horizontal streams. Which one do you like better? Apparently, you like the vertical stream. I've actually got 3 streams. We've also got a stream going on Twitch. We're on Twitch and we're on YouTube. And we're on YouTube Shorts. But you could do me a favor and go like and comment and subscribe on all of those pages. That would be cool. So I'm just using that paper towel to smear around. Looks like Santa Claus. All right, so just using an eraser here, and I'm using the eraser kind of like it's like white charcoal, you know, like white paint. But what I'm really doing is just kind of erasing, you know? I mean, I'm not kind of erasing, just erasing. You know, but it kind of looks or feels or works like you know, like a white piece of charcoal or some white paint might work. No. Alright, so I'm just trying to like bring out some highlights where I think there might be some highlights. Then I'm gonna go to a different kind of eraser. Still just an eraser though. Let's kind of just imply what we're doing already. Some bigger lines. When I mean imply what we're doing already, like see lines that I kind of like that are working, and maybe I'll just kind of mimic those lines that I like, you know, again with the eraser. The eraser starts to feel, like I said, kind of like a piece of charcoal, you know. Bring up some contrast here, maybe like in the nostril where her lips meet, and then the pupils. Whether you're making a painting or a drawing or a song or you're writing, anything that you're creating with humans as the audience. I guess it could just be with anything as the audience, honestly. The high contrast area is always where their attention's going to go first. So in a drawing or any kind of piece of art, I'm going to put the highest contrast in her eyes here. Put like a white light against a really dark charcoal. Kind of force the audience to look here in her eyes and kind of really give it some life. Put the most contrast here in the nose and the mouth, and it kind of forces you to kind of look there, you know? It does not look like Santa Claus now. Well, that's the cool thing about like kind of expressive drawings is that every person might see something a little bit different. You know, there's no like definitive choice of like this is exactly what the drawing is or how the drawing should be or how you should see it. Um it's up to your interpretation. Like I express myself through the art, but everybody might see the different lines as different things, you know. I think that's kind of the fun of this type of art. It's like seeing things in the clouds. You know, on a cloudy day, it's not nobody's right or wrong, or it's not the clouds that are the artists, but like it's a little bit of the audience kind of looking at the drawing and making your decisions on what you think is happening, you know? Y'all want me to keep doing faces or do y'all want to do something else? Anybody want to make a request? Okay. All right, so what is it? 23. Okay, we'll do a couple more drawings. Let's try some other stuff and see what happens here. Okay. All right. Right. Okay, all right. Okay. Again, I'm working hard not to judge myself, not to tell myself, oh, you're doing a bad job, or that's not the right place, or whatever kind of judgment that I can give to myself. I'm trying to refrain from any of that and spend my time just kind of drawing. And then when I'm done drawing, I can come back and decide whether I like it or not. I mean, you've got so much time in the world to come back and judge your art. I would encourage you that while you're making your art to to try to have fun and spend some focus having fun. Can anybody tell what that is yet? uh Hi, Megan. Kitty man, I hear you, buddy, but I'm streaming, middle of drawing, and you've had 3 cans of food today. You can't have, you're not even supposed to have 3 cans of food. Look at the stream. Are you embarrassed? You can't even look at him. Look at him. Yes. Yes, it is someone on a horse. Thank you. Thank you for figuring that out. Okay, something like that. And this one's here. All right, so maybe we have a hand here, and this is a crazy way I do my hands. Let's see, he's got like a lasso thing here. Okay. Let's give this forest a little bit of love here too. Something like that, right? What do we think? All right, and then let's add some shadows here. Something like that. Something like that. And I'm still just like, I'm actively disregarding the notes that my brain is saying, that's not the right place. That's not exactly how this is. And I'm just keep reminding myself that now is not the time to judge. Let's just get the work done. And then when I'm done with the work, I'll decide whether I've made the right decisions or not. And this isn't the right direction for all kinds of art, but just this specific style, and it's totally valid as any other style. But when you create, you can learn to give yourself some grace and some room to kind of try stuff and make mistakes. You'll be proud of yourself and still end up with some really beautiful artwork. And I think sometimes we can learn a lesson from that carries on into our life. Where like you can learn that sometimes you don't always have to control the situation. You don't always have to know where you're going. You don't always have to strive to make the most realistic thing or make the best decision. Sometimes, you know, just existing and the art existing is as important as anything. Drop both of the heads. It's pretty easy to tell what it is. As soon as you drop both of the heads, I can tell what it is. Thanks, Megan. Well, that maybe, but that also says something about like your imagination. Some of it is happening in your mind and not just on the paper. I will remind you. Yes, I'm drawing, but also it takes a viewer to kind of look at scribbles on a sheet of paper and see something. Uh, you know, think about it like this. Megan, when you see a picture in the clouds, and I'm sure maybe you've heard me say this before, who is that artist? Who is the person that makes the image in the cloud when you see an image in the cloud? Who drew that picture in the cloud? You know? So I'm just finding some highlights here, and even if like I'm looking at my drawing and I can see maybe some of these highlights are in the wrong spots and areas, but I'm not going to concern myself with it. I'm just going to keep moving forward. My main goal here is to draw lines, do highlights, move the pencil around in a way that is fun and fulfilling to my heart and my hand and my mind, and try to actively not get mad or frustrated at the drawing and just move forward. Just move forward. Just keep moving. And then when I'm done, we can decide whether we like it or not. I don't think that's something we have to decide right now. I think we can figure that out later. And I think that's important in life. Sometimes you end up in situations in life where maybe you don't have all the control, or you're not exactly sure how the day is going to end up, or whatever the situation is. And sometimes by just scribbling on a sheet of paper like this, and really understanding that none of these lines really matter. What really matters is you staying in there. You continue to move forward, and your lines get better, the artwork gets better, and each of these individual lines, they don't really matter. It's the accumulation of expressiveness. It's the accumulation of 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 me sticking to it, and moving forward, that creates the art. And I think we can learn a lesson in life, that it's not always about doing the right thing right out the gate, or being the perfect person, or it's just about being you consistently. And I think like the world is a better place just because you're in it. It would be such a boring world without you. And I think you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do anything amazing. You just need to be you. And I think art is the same way. And you just need to let art be itself. Just kind of like sometimes it's good for you to just be you. And I think you can learn those kind of lessons from drawing. Sit in a room and draw, and learn little lessons about life that can carry over into other parts of your life. I think art's important in that way. What's up, Hanner? Yeah. Go along and make it exist. You can make it good later. Yeah, you're right, Hanner. Just keep it here. Keep it in the world. As long as it's there, you can fix it. But if it's not there, you can't fix it. But you're right, Hanner. Are you an artist, Hanner? Be sure and like and subscribe. Also, I think not just in art, but like that's true in life, and just life in general. Like you just need to exist, and you can become a better artist and a better person every day. It's not even, you don't have to be the perfect person. Just get better at being a person every day. Just like you want to get better at being an artist every day. The world's better just because art exists. Just like the world's better because you exist. And I think you're right, Hanner. Just show up and exist. Let the art exist. Let yourself exist. Let the world exist. And I think the world is a better place just by showing up and being in it. Yeah, nothing has to be perfect. Perfect is not a real thing, you know? Perfect is just a word, but like nothing has ever been perfect in the history of the world. So why would you ask that of yourself? Nothing's perfect except for this mustache. Super inspiring. You love this piece. Thanks, Hanner. Be sure and subscribe. I'd love to see you at some more of these chats. Tell me, Hanner, what kind of art do you make? You gotta go outside. Awesome stash. I love charcoal, but I'm sticking with digital art right now. I do digital art too. I'm not against digital art. Digital art is awesome. All art is awesome. Not just visual art, music, writing, film, all of those things. Art is great. Art is the coolest thing that humans have ever come up with. So, Hannah, tell me about some of your art. What kind of stuff do you do? Check this out. We're going to do a two-handed portrait again. Do y'all like these two-handed drawings? Or are you too used to them now? It's not in person. You'll be like, wow, two-handed drawings are amazing. And then after I draw a bunch of them, they're like, yeah, you've done 1,000 of them. Good enough. What do you think? I could just be like, that's done. I'm finished. Right? Could that just be a finished face? You stick most of the drawing people. Two-handed will never get old. Thanks, Hannah. He's funny. You think I'm funny? Thanks, Megan. Can you draw with two hands, Hanner? I guess it's tough digitally, huh? There's no really way to do that. You know, you could do it too. It just took a little bit of practice. And also like the style of like teaching yourself to not judge too much on the lines you put down and allowing yourself to just kind of draw whatever lines come out of your hands, then it really doesn't matter if one hand is dominant or not. You can just it doesn't really matter. The whole drawing is so sloppy, you know? You've never tried? Megan says she's done like 1,000 of them. That's just very cool. Very cool. Have y'all been doing these chat? Are y'all on Discord, Megan, Hanner? I don't know if y'all do Discord. But y'all, Hanner, Megan, y'all be sure and subscribe to the page. Go check out some more of the other videos. If you don't mind liking some of the other videos, commenting on them. I've got videos on videos of me drawing that you probably would like. And it would help the page if you go like them and comment on them. I would appreciate that. And then next time I go live, come chat with me again. Oh, very cool, Hanner. Gonna share with your friend too? Thanks. All right, let's do the same thing. So we're just pulling out some highlights here. And I want to remind y'all again, I'm sure you've heard it, but Hanner, maybe you haven't heard it. You know, all your favorite artists, your favorite artists over the years, they're not just drawing pretty pictures. You know, it's not about having the best pretty picture. If that was the case, there would be no debate over artificial intelligence. But I want to remind you that when you're drawing, that you're expressing yourself. That if you've had a bad day, you've had some kind of conflict with school or life or your girlfriend or your teacher or your mom or your family or husband or your best friend. There's so many ways in life that we get mad or we have a bad day or we get conflicts, whatever it is. And I just want to remind you that at the heart of art is self-expression. And the whole reason that all these amazing artists create art is because it makes them feel better. So when you're having a bad day and you think nothing could get worse and you get mad at whoever you're having a conflict with, I want you to remember that you have the superpower where you can take the negative things in your life, you can take some of those things like a bad day, an argument, a bad grade, you know, a conflict with people, your loved ones. Sometimes we end up with conflicts within ourselves. You know, you might have a bad mental health day, you might be depressed or have anxiety. And I want to remind you that you can take that negative energy and all that negative conflict that builds up in your life and you can express it through a piece of art. So you could have a bad day and you could go home and you could draw a picture about that bad day, or you could write a poem about that bad day, or you could make a movie about that bad day. And but the thing is that as a human, you get the superpower that when you have negative things in your life, you can transform those negative things into positive things through art. And it sounds funny, but it's think about it like this. If I'm having a bad day and I go sit down and I express myself through a piece of art, and when I'm done, I feel better. I feel in a positive light. I have a positive energy. Then I've literally taken negativity and I'm transforming it into positivity. And you know, sometimes people will see it, like you on chat or friends or family, they see the art and they start to say, hey, if this person can make art when they're feeling bad and turn it into positivity, I have permission to do the same thing. and you have permission to do the same thing. And before you know it, somebody else is having a bad day, and they're going to go draw a picture about their bad day. And they're going to do that because you gave them permission to. And I think sometimes we forget that's what art is. Art is the process. Art is taking the time to draw, to express yourself, and that when you have a bad day, you're not going to take it out on family members. You're not going to take it out on your community. You're not going to take it out on your friends. You're not going to take it out on school. You're not going to take it out on the drywall. And don't take it out on yourself. Don't take it out on yourself. Don't take it out on yourself. Take it out on art. That's what art is. That's what art is for. That's why it's been here for as long as there's been human beings, is because when humans have a bad day, they have this superpower. And it's just something that we forget, And it doesn't even have to be negative energy. It could be any kind of energy. But if we're all out here taking negative energy and using our superpower to transform it into something positive, then one artist at a time, one piece of art at a time, like we can literally just make the world a better place. You could take sad feelings and turn them into positive feelings just by scribbling on a sheet of paper. And the thing about that kind of art is that it's inspiring. And you can be inspiring too. You are that kind of artist. But you just have to start giving yourself permission to be expressive. You have to remember that when you have a bad day, that you have this superpower, and that you're not just working on pretty pictures, but you're working on expressing yourself in a healthy way so that you feel better. And don't forget, no matter what's going on, there's a ton of communities like this. You're not alone. Even if you're not an artist, maybe you'll become an artist. These are the drawings we've done on stream. But you're not alone. There's a bunch of communities. You can do this. You can be a great artist. You're a wonderful person. If you haven't heard it recently, I love you. I'm proud of you. You're a good person, and you're becoming a better person and a better artist every day. And I'm proud of you for doing that. So keep being you. Whatever way you are, the world is a better place because you're here and part of it. Don't forget that. The world is so much better just because you're here. And art's the same way. Take some time and just make some art exist. Express yourself. And give yourself some grace. You deserve it. You're a wonderful person. I'm proud of you. You want to see that dragon? All right. Let me go get the sketchbook. I'll show you the dragon. It's on the past streams, though. If you go look, I catalog all those streams on the live page. All right, I'm looking for the dragon drawing. All right, here you go. But don't forget, you're important. You're important to the world. You're important here. I'm glad you're here. You're going to deal with conflicts in your life because life is all about conflicts. That's what it is. That's what life is. That what art is. You got to go through the paces. You got to get better. You got to make bad drawings. You got to make good drawings. But you got to just keep doing you. You got to keep existing. I'm so glad that you're here. Please continue to be part of the world with us. Thanks. What's up? Good as ever, yeah. Hey, what's up, Shabito? Yes, I shaved my beard, Shibby. How have you been, dude? Welcome. Started learning to draw too. Hey, what's up, Shane? What kind of stuff do you draw, Shane? Sorry that I'm just seeing your chat here. Jibby, you still hanging out, dude? I'm sorry, I was in drawing mode. Shane, what kind of art are you doing? Shibby, you better not have disappeared on us. How's school? We're also streaming vertically. But Megan, Hanner, I'm gonna stop the vertical stream. But if you'd like to join us over on the horizontal stream, we will still be streaming there for a little while. Thanks for being here. Today is Thursday. I'll see you on Saturday. Bye, y'all. All right. Anybody make it over to the horizontal with us? Wolfman, what's up, dude? Yeah, we just finished our vertical stream. How are you? Very nice. Whoa. We got 165 views on that vertical stream. 5 subscriptions. It's pretty cool. A little bit at a time, trying to get to 1,000. What's up, Wolfman? What it do? What's been up? How are you? How's life? Your Windows 10 auto updated to Windows 11, so not so good. Oh, Jesus. Hey, auto update. Shibby, look at you, dude. Over in the first class section in YouTube. There's no ads over there, baby. No ads in the YouTube land. Still, though, it's hard to get you over there. Wolfman, Shibby, y'all are both here hanging out, just on on different platforms. Wolfman, this is the second time Shibby's come and hang out in the past week or two. Any new delicious foods, Shibby? You're always eating something interesting. Hey, man, you've had too many cans of food today. Can't possibly have them. Wash my hands. TK, I love you, but I don't think another can of food's gonna be healthy. You know, pop. Yeah, I'm afraid to upgrade any computer ever. Let's get some music going since we're in the first class section. Depressed noodles? What is depressed noodles? Are you saying you've been eating depressed noodles with sausages? Or is depressed, is there a translation thing? Yo, I like the cow. Did y'all see the cowboy I drew tonight? I like that. A pretty good cowboy. On my computer now. Chibito, what do you think of the YouTube versus Twitch? And you better sit still because one of y'all is gonna come try to hang out with the other one on the platform and y'all gonna move. Clean some of this up. Ooh, look at all that dust. Crazy. Do y'all know how many drawings I'd do a week? I mean, I'm talking to an animator and an architect, so Now you give a shit about my grievances. I like Twitch better. Remind me when I was new here. No college. Oh shit! I look 20 years younger without the beard. So how old do I look? How old am I if I'm 20 years old? Or how old am I? Look, we got Wolfman and Shibby in the first class seats. Bro shaved off something Shibby can't grow. Oh, fucking Fox in here with the zinger. You want me to put it in a box and ship it to you, Shibby? Hey, buddy, you can't have more food. I'm sorry. You can't have more food. You had all the food you could have. I look 19. Can a 19-year-old grow a mustache like this? Huh? I don't think so. I don't. I don't think so. I look 38 now that I shaved? How old do you think I am, dude? You're breaking my heart. Oh, shit. Shibby definitely can't, but waiting for that beard since puberty young. Cybernetic Fox, did you share some art with us in the Discord? Do you do Discord? I'm assuming you're an art of some kind. If you're an artist of some kind, if you're friends with Shibby. Y'all go to the same college? Are you an architect as well? I need to keep cleaning it up. I have a small sketchbook that I'm eventually have to use. Oh, charcoal dust everywhere. Start doing ink again soon. Well, thanks. Thanks, Shibby. Oh, I got you. That's cool. So, well, it's nice to meet you. But you said you're not an artist? What kind of stuff are you into? What kind of movies or anime or music? I mean, besides your favorite streamer, Gabriel Saint. You heard that I don't know that? Come on, the difference between 6 and 7 years. Come on. That's pretty. You're splitting hairs here. Kitty man, no. You've had 2 cans of food today. You don't get 3 cans. Nope. Not a chance. Nope. You like anime? What kind of anime? I mean, you guess. 6'7"? Nowhere near the level of me. Bruh, y'all might not like it, but I love seeing all the crew over here on YouTube. Cause YouTube, dude, I love YouTube. YouTube's a better place for artists. I'm trying to get my subs over at YouTube, and like having like some of my main crew from Twitch kind of moved over to YouTube is super cool. I appreciate that. Oh, Fox, you're a writer. That means I must have hit you with the Blake Snyder B sheet. You're subscribed to the page. It's mandatory reading at this point. Any anime, huh? Well, that's cool. What part of the world are you in? Are you in same part as Shibby? I know Shibby just moved recently though, huh? Say recently. By any you mean BL? Oh, dude, I picked you up. I felt you burp. I felt you burp when I picked you up because you're so full. Stop begging. Why do you mean BL? I've yet to see you watch any other than Boys Love. Don't judge. Why are you judging? Why are you judging? Let him live his life. I'm gonna put that I gotta put the chat too up here so people can see what the hell I'm laughing at. Yeah, dude, y'all are definitely a crew now. So y'all, give me a little scoop. What the hell's been going on? Wolfman, are you still in school? It's been a little while since we just did a little horizontal chill. Wolfman, you still in college? You still in school right now? Are you off for a break? Shibby, what kind of stuff are you working on these days? Are you still in school? Fox, are you a student as well? Hang around for a little longer. Would love to see if Zany or Flag shows up to hang out. Next semester starts Monday. Very cool, very cool. You excited? Back to 8 to 10 courses a week. Woo! You got this though. What about the social? 7 a.m. What about the socials thing? Any new friends? You been chatting with people? You been out doing anything fun? Traveling? Meeting new people? Going to the park? Anything like that? Shibby says, well, right now in my finals, next month is busy with internship stuff, and in August when I'm actually start doing the intern stuff. Are you interning at an account firm? I mean an architect firm? Man, you've only been in school a month and you're already getting an internship? Is that how it works? I mean a month. 1 semester, 1 year. What about you, Fox? What are you up to? Survive. I just want to remind you, getting out there, meeting people, being social makes surviving a lot easier. Take it from the freshly shaved old man. What about you, Fox? What kind of stuff are you up to? You don't even have a gray. I have some gray hairs in my beard. I do. I have a couple gray hairs in my beard for sure. I mean, I don't have a beard anymore, so you can't see them. I might have some gray hairs in my head too, but not many. Next August. Because then I'm a second year, and they only take a second year. Dang, I can't believe you're in your second year. That's fucking crazy. Should be me and you've been friends for a year. You're pretty boring. Me too. It's all good. School is okay. If you don't mind me asking, Fox, what's your major at school? What's your focus? You're not boring. We're all boring. We're all boring humans. That's why we're here talking to each other. It's not about boring. It's just about what to do, you know? How was the weather where you are? Did you have anything interesting for dinner? You know, you get a new computer, you watch a new TV show, anything, man. New clothes. I love clothes. I love music. Any new kind of YouTubers or Twitch streamers do you like? Wolfman says, I despise trying to make anything in 3D, and yet it seems I may have to continue work on the 3D animated film. Why do you say that? Why do you have to work on 3D? You're not in college, you're a child. Wait, did I say kid? Fetus. New baby in the community. Well, how old? I don't know. Well, are you in high school or whatever? I don't fucking know, dude. I'm just trying to have a conversation. Jimmy is one of the the frickin' vertical streams. Sometimes they'll be like, "Hi, I'm 11. Can you draw a fish or something?" I'm like, "Dude, you're 11? What's happening? Go. You shouldn't be on the internet. You're too young to be on the internet." At least Shibby's in college. Unless he's been lying to me. He's been lying to the community this whole time. Cool. Great. Yeah, you can do what the fuck you want. Your parents are in charge of you, not me. Not me. What about the cowboy? Don't forget about the cowboy. Yeah, I know, Shibby's not. Well, that's fine. I don't care. You're all welcome here. You all belong here. I don't care what you are. You're welcome. To chill. I don't care what you are. Long as you are. I like that you are. Sweep up some of this charcoal and erase some stuff. Shrug. Your excuse. Alright, it's not that serious. Whatever you are, welcome to the community. It's nice to have you back. Thou doth protest too much, I think is the saying. Doth do protest too much. Still like my. Yeah, well, look at mine. Look at my face. Do you like my face? I think sometimes we all don't like our face. Right? Not only that, if y'all could tell my age and all, I use such a nice quality camera, I'm gonna have to downgrade the camera so y'all don't get to see me in such high quality. Both of you youngins. They'll grow up. They'll grow up. We're here to guide them in the right direction, so they become good old uns. Oh y'all, dial it back. Dial it back. Dial it back. All right, my guys and gals and non-binary pals. What time is it? 7:30. I'm gonna probably get out of here pretty soon. I'm gonna head out here in just a second. Your face is a face. Why do I not like it? The point disliking something I cannot change. That's true. Cyber, come on, you guys. Y'all are good friends. You want me to put you on blast? Can y'all see the stream here? How's this? How do you feel if we do this? Now keep talking shit. There you go. Atone for your sins. Wait, are none of y'all mods? Is nobody here a mod? Where are the mods at? Where are my mods? Yeah. Yeah. Shake my head. Yeah. It's okay. I'll attend your wedding. You see what I've done here? I've made you guys the star of the stream. I'm just gonna get out of here. Y'all can keep chatting. You know what I think? Maybe change the lighting of the room today, Steve. I guess we don't have any mods over here in the YouTube, huh? Forgot about that. That's another thing that's cool about the YouTube is we don't get the stream boo. You know, as consistent as they are with the stream boo. Forgot about that. That's it. All right, let's see how we do this. Can manage blocked words. I just give you, there's two different kinds of moderator. Managing moderator or standing moderator. Can manage blocked words with change chat modes in live. Also has capability of standard moderator. Okay, I'm gonna make you a managing moderator. Don't make me regret this, Wolfman. Congratulations, Wolfman. For the second time in our history together, I, with the capabilities and talents bestowed upon me by her Lord and God, the Savior, she has bestowed me with the power to grant you as our first YouTube moderator in the community. Congratulations. Happy Pride. We have a hidden fourth viewer on the stream, do we? Actually, it had been 5 for a while. Okay, did y'all just show up to argue in my chat? Is that what we're doing here? Let's go argue in Uncle Gabriel's chat. I can dig it. All right, guys, gals. Gonna make y'all hold hands. Don't make me make you hold hands. Hey, I'm not mad. Wow. See? He humbly accepts. Congratulations. You need to tell me, Wolfman. It said you could do all kind of stuff like I don't know how to do any of those things though. It said you got permission to change chat modes and I don't know, all kind of stuff. Well, thank you for being supportive, Cyber. Okay, so maybe we can go back to normal chat mode. Like a regular streamer would. Tolerating what? I'm very tolerant. You what to do? I'm glad you're here. The internet's a dangerous place. You could be anywhere on the internet, but you're here with me. It's got to be better than anywhere else you could be. Well, why would I ban you? Yeah, see, leave it up to Wolfman. It's not something I can handle. You got to talk to the moderator here. I'm not a moderator. Oh my god. You can't believe there's only 3 of us. We've been hanging out for a year in Twitch. There's so many on the vertical stream. There's so much more crap. YouTube just like loves the vertical streams. But like we gotta build it brick by brick to get y'all in here on the horizontals. I try to tell the people from the verticals come meet us in the horizontal, but like you know how sometimes it's like y'all don't want to move from Twitch to YouTube. Bro, the YouTube community is like, nah, we just do vertical lives. We don't do horizontal live. Interesting. All the communities just kind of do their little things. Being bad. Begging for a third can of food and there's no chance of giving you a third can of food. I just got a congratulations. You've got 100 messages on Restream. Bro, y'all just keep arguing. It's good for my algorithm. All right, come on, y'all. Come on. We're a very inclusive community. If y'all keep chatting like a bunch of chuds, I am gonna ban everybody. So dial it back. You can have fun and you can make jokes, but don't start being hateful. Don't start sounding like bigots. What kind of anime? You said any anime. Can you name a single anime? Ploppy Ploppy! What up? Ploppy, you should make it over to, come over to YouTube with us. Everybody's over at YouTube today. Are you an artist? We're restreaming. We're live on YouTube as well. But welcome. One Piece? That's cool. I see a lot of people loving One Piece. Where do y'all watch them? Like on Netflix or just wherever on YouTube's? Sort of. I do dabble with stuff, oils and pastels. That's pretty cool. Hey, welcome to the chat, Ploppy. Thanks for coming over to the YouTube, dude. Tell me a little bit more about your work, oils and pastels and stuff. Also, I was just asking everybody, what kind of films do you like? What kind of movies do you like? Kind of music are you into? What brings you to the community? Legendary Plop. Also, Ploppy, you can introduce yourself to Arctic Wolf, also known as Wolfman. We've got the one and only Cybernetic Fox, also known as Psy. Also, we have Shibito, also known as the Dead Man, also known as Shibby. Shibby, Wolfman, Cyber. Welcome, the legendary Plop. I don't know which of my illegal website. But Ploppy, tell me a little bit about your art. You said you do oil pastels and things like that? And thanks for making the move to YouTube. We also do vertical streams as well. You might like that. We do live drawing here, but today we're just hanging out. Yeah, oils are fucking tough, dude. I haven't seen your shark doodle. Share it in the Discord, for sure. Oils are hard, for sure. Landscape is still my life. Good to go. Well, that's cool. Do you do Discord, Plop? We have a Discord, by the way. You wanted to share some of your work. Yeah, watercolors are fucking tough, dude. Why you pick the hardest things? Try some charcoal. She's in the Discord right now. Well, tell her that we're live to come hang out. You might be busy or something. Might have been a couple days ago. Oh, maybe Elite is streaming. Rosie. Oh, look, Wolfman's got some tips from fellow oil painters. Rosie, we're having a party in YouTube today. You should come over to the YouTube horizontal. It's okay, no reason to apologize. Here's the link to the YouTube, Rosie. You gotta come meet us over at the Wolfman summoned you. You gotta come meet us over at the YouTubes. Maybe we'll do another horizontal. Y'all wanna do another horizontal? I mean another vertical? Y'all wanna keep chatting or y'all wanna do another vertical? Meet some new friends. Wolfman, you're a moderator. Why don't you make us a look who made it to the first class seats. Welcome, Rosie. Welcome to first class. How's it feel? Do you like it over in first class? What do you think? How you like it in the fancy section? Yeah, tonight's the night. Y'all wanna we could do another vertical. If y'all wanna put some stuff in the chat. Dude, inks are my favorite. Inks are my favorite. Y'all wanna do some more drawing tonight? I don't want a portrait today. Oh great. It's in the Discord. Let's take a look. So they're changing the way they manage Discord, and you're gonna have to put your ID in or something like that. And I'm not sure I'll be supporting Discord if y'all all have to put y'all's IDs and shit in. Also, how's the music? Too loud, perfect, annoying? I'm turned down a little bit. Hello. Inks are fun too, yeah, not gonna lie. Kind of inks. You should definitely look up some of the art from Ghost of Tsushima. Okay. You mean just to look at while we're on stream? Talking to me? You talking to me? Alright, so I'm looking in the Discord. Dang. Crazy how far you've come, Rosie. That's crazy. Let me pull it up on chat here. I can figure out how to do it. Let me work on this. It's always so hard for me to get this shit right. No. Okay. Boom. Okay, I gotta figure it out. So here's a portrait Rosie did. A self-portrait, right? On a piece of wood? Or did you like paint the background? Looks really great. Be able to get in. I don't think you have to. I'm so sick of you fighting, children. Yeah, it's looking great, Rose. How's your teacher and everybody around you like reacting to the progress you're making? The background kind of looked like a wood grain, I thought at first, but I guess it's just paint strokes of color brown. It's really great. It's really great. Not only that, but like if we look through like the this was the first one. Y'all, this is where it started, right? And then she moved from that to that. Okay. Y'all follow this glow up. God dang. From this to this. Dude, this is a pretty solid drawing already. Then this one, better perspective, more likeness. Then she starts the painting. And these are our, you can't see that one. There's one. There's one. Starts here. Moves to here. Great underdrawing there. Into here. Finding our values. Beautiful. Building the likeness. Still pushing the values. Can't stop, won't stop. Boom. This is where we are currently. Crazy progression, Rose. Crazy progression, Rose. Great job. Also, Rosie, really proud of you. You know how it is, like to come in here and share your art and share your progress with us. It's really fun for us here in the community to watch your art get better. And I think it's also brave of you to kind of like share your art openly like this and put yourself out there, especially in a room full of boys, you know? I hope that like you carry that confidence with you into the real world. You know, and I hope you know that your personality, your charm, your talent, all that stuff that shines here in the chat, all that's important in the real world too. And I just want you to remember that. I'm proud of you. The art looks great. You're very talented, you're dedicated, you're very thoughtful. The work looks great. Keep going, keep going, keep going. It's amazing. What else we got? I hear the noises. What are we doing? Okay, all right. What do we see? What do we see? Oh, hold up, swole up. One at a time, one at a time. One at a time. Look at this. Y'all. Oh, it's just so glitchy. Boom. This is a drawing by Wolfman. So the last stuff was by Rosie. By Rose. Tell me the news. This is a new drawing by Wolfman, also known as Arctic Wolf. I know we're all, some of us are still getting to know each other. Ploppy, welcome to the group. But this is a drawing by Wolfman, also known as Arctic Wolf. Ploppy, did you put some work in the Discord? Man, this is like an old school stream where we're just hanging out. Been a little while. Yeah, this is super cool, Wolfman. I always love the real world stuff. Hatching is cool. Keep going, man. I bet you could get really good at hatching. It's a lot of work. Also, I notice sometimes with hatching, like if you start smaller, it's easier to do hatching because the each swipe fills up a larger amount of area. So next time you try to draw like instead of drawing one shark the entire page, maybe do 4 sharks in quadrants, and then each line takes up more space. Does that make sense? So you actually draw less lines to render the same picture. Does that make sense? Super cool though, dude. Yeah, dude, I go through some pins too. All right, cool. We're gonna check it out, Ploppy. Dang, that's amazing. 20 minutes, fucking dope. Excuse my language. Great job, Wolfman. Not only that, man, I seen you've been through some things in the time here. You know, when I talk to people about being important to keep up with their mental health, their physical health, how important your body and your brain and you know expressing yourself through your art and you know sticking in the process. Like you're a great example of how you kind of like animation is just like a fucking unforgiving art form and you're staying focused and you're grinding through it. I mean, everything could always be better. But I'm proud of you, man. You keep doing it, you keep showing up, you keep doing the work, you keep getting better. And also like Wolfman, you're much more pleasant to have a conversation with than you were when we started the stream. And that's true for Shibby too. I think you guys have grown up a lot personally and like you are very chatty. Fun to chat with, you know? Yeah, y'all, Shibby and Wolfman, y'all used to be very crabby people. Y'all were very crabby individuals when we started this whole thing. All right. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. Up next, holy Nike! This painting of Apple is just gorgeous. Did y'all see this? Y'all see Ploppy's apple? Boom! Look at that. Rose says, "Oh, also two of my photographies were choosing to be in a freelance art book. Sorry, I'm just really excited. My mom was crying, dude. That's amazing, Rosie. Can I see the pictures? Congratulations, you're so talented. I love your landscapes. You've been taking those pictures. Is it one of those landscape pictures that you take in the mornings? How awesome is that, Rosie? Everybody, congratulate Rosie in the chat. Dubs in the chat. Is that what they say? W's in the chat? Something like that. This apple is amazing. Is this oils? Vocal people come here. All right, sorry, I'm trying to get caught up. Yeah, this is awesome. This is crazy good. Ooh, these watercolors are tough. Here, let me give you full screen for a second. Watercolors are tough, but this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Watercolors are so tough. Are you working flat or are you working with your work on an easel? Because I find watercolor dries in a different way if you're hanging it up on an easel rather than working flat like on a table. Beautiful work. Oh man, this ink work is really beautiful and lovely as well. Great stuff, great stuff. Beautiful work. Now look, this is another one by Wolfman. While we've got the Discord full screen, I'm gonna just kind of chat a little bit. That was a good streamer. We'd be doing something like you know how real streamers do something like this. And none of my people told me. None of my people told me I was muted. None of my people. We had to get a new friend to come in here and tell me what was up. I'm mad at y'all. I'm mad. Michael Bush, thank you for coming in here and setting us straight. What a wonderful way to come in, and y'all didn't tell me y'all couldn't hear me. Oh, y'all have been. I just wasn't looking at the freaking. All right. Well, how come Michael Bush saved the day? Michael Bush, welcome to the community. I don't know why I saw yours first. Are you an artist, Michael? I'm so stupid. I was bragging about being a streamer and doing stuff, and we didn't do a very good job, did we? All right, let me keep building this scene. Maybe we can fix it. I'm so stupid. Fox, no disrespecting here. What's he doing? What's he doing? Yeah, see? This is the, you see the way Cybernetic Fox is acting right now? This is the way that Shibby and Wolfman used to act. And this is the only time I'm gonna have to pull you aside. I'm gonna have to send you a DM and be like, hey, dude, drop the sarcasm and let's just be positive in this community. Y'all can be fun and have fun with each other, but you don't get to be mean. Can y'all hear me now? Am I still muted? Or are you just asking me if I'm good, Rose? Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Rosie? Also, I want to see them pictures. Okay, now that we got it figured out. Not only that, but where the hell did Michael Bush go? Come in here and straighten us out and then bolt. All right. If I switch now, can you hear me now? Can y'all still hear me? How come, you know what we don't have though? We've lost the song, huh? I thought we had it. Let's copy it. Paste. All right, now we got our music back, right? Yes, we can hear you. Also, I sent the pics to you on Discord in the art channel. Great. Should be, is it too late? Isn't it too late to you, Uncle? I haven't seen you go live in this long. Yeah, between the audio and the video. Okay. Between the audio and the video, what? Yeah, I haven't streamed this long in a while. You know, I've been doing the verticals a lot. I'm trying to build the subscribers on YouTube, and the verticals work a lot with that. So I haven't had, and I've been busy doing other things. I haven't had a lot of time to just chat with y'all. But you know, we got a couple of the OGs in the house. So I just wanted to spend some time and catch up with y'all, you know. Want to remind y'all that we're all in this together, you know. Wolfman, is this a 3D piece? Talk to me a little bit about what's going on here. Also, Michael Bush, where the hell you at? That dude Michael has been like, I'm fucking lurking and I'm listening to the music and I'm listening to y'all talk. And as soon as he lost his fucking feed, he was pissed. Oh shit. I respect it. Chat, I'm gonna study and cram stuff, but I gotta see exam. All right, legendary plops. Thanks for hanging out, being part of the community. Come hang out with us every stream. We'd love to have you. Keep sharing your art with us. Thanks for being here. Everybody, tell him, take it out on art. We love you, proud of you. Thanks for being here. You're important. The world's a better place because you're in it. Don't forget that. Let's keep looking at what you guys are sharing. Ooh, look at these. Look at these photos, Rosie. Dang. Dang. It's beautiful work, Rosie. You should be proud of yourself. I can't believe your photos are getting so much better too. It's crazy. Like I've seen, you know, the first photos you were taking. Did you take this with your iPhone? I remember the first ones you were taking that you were sending like probably a year ago. Oh, what are you taking these pictures with now? Is it still your iPhone? Also, Rosie, do you want to can you flame the chat? We don't have to. I was gonna say let's flame the chat for old time's sake, but I don't know if we can in YouTube. It looks beautiful. The black and white looks good. The contrast looks good. The composition's nice. You're just getting better. Yeah, dude, it has a style now. It's not just a photo from a phone, it has a style, you know. Beautiful work. Beautiful. Oh, and let me duck down here in the chat. Oh, I guess it does work. Thank you, Rosie. Did work. I just had to duck down and get to it. It's a little different down here. Yep, that worked. Thanks, Rosie. All right, what else? Anybody want to share anything else in the Discord? I gotta get out of here pretty soon, y'all. Let me ask you this. Do y'all want to go vertical a second time? Y'all want to do a 30 minutes longer and we go vertical? What do you think about that? We go a 30-minute vertical sketch session. Judging my bag. Let's do it. Let's do it. And then I gotta go. We're gonna do 30 minutes vertical again. And then I gotta go to bed. I mean, I don't gotta go to bed. I gotta go. Gotta get this set up again. And y'all, the reason I'm going live vertically again is because I'm trying to get the subs up to 1,000 over here on YouTube, and it's taking a long time. That's why I'm encouraging y'all to come hang out on YouTube rather than Twitch, because YouTube appreciates it, you know? YouTube don't run ads on you. The more you come and hang out on YouTube, the more it's gonna throw it to the algorithm. What do you mean you have nothing? All right, y'all, we're gonna do another vertical. How's that look? Is this too dark or is this too bright? I mean, is this, can you see just fine or is it too dark? Let's see. Hey, it looks fine. Right? Not too dark. And also, any of y'all want to make some requests in the chat? We do take requests. So what do y'all think? Is this too, is Rosie, does this look all right? Is it too dark or is it, can you see the drawing fine? Can we make it square? There we go. That's better. And then also, I gotta put my phone on the damn tripod again. Pushed way over here. So my mom said that she appreciates your words. Well, you tell your mom I appreciate her. The world's a better place just because she's part of it. You tell her I said that. Cool. Yo, we're gonna go vertical twice in one night. Crazy. Crazy. And then I gotta go. Not only that, we've been streaming for 2 hours. Come on. And then we're about to do vertical again. I had other things I was supposed to do tonight. But I guess we're doing them tomorrow. All right, what do we think? I got to come up with a title. So let's say two-handed speed drawings and self-expression yap session. Love it. Oh, it wrote love it. Okay, next. No, it's not made for kids. I click it's not made for kids, and young people still be showing up on the fucking stream. You know? We've been house hunting. I thought we got one. Was the often was the client? She was been so sad. This made her day. Well, that's great. I'm sorry that y'all are having a tough time, but I'm glad that you found something to make your day. Y'all, hang in there. I know, and you know how I feel. You know life can be tough. On the best of days, you know, in the best of circumstances, life can still be tough, you know. I'm proud of y'all for sticking in there. Proud of you for getting through the tough times. You know, getting up, keep going. That deserves some pride, you know. Give yourself some grace. It's tough, but you're doing good. I'm just glad you're here. You know, just like the world's better because art exists, the world's better just because you exist. You know, and just like the world with art, art doesn't have to be perfect to be amazing. Art doesn't have to be perfect to make the world better. It just has to exist. It's the same thing with us. You don't have to be perfect. You just got to exist. And you make the world better. So keep being here. Kitty man. Can't give me no more wet food. Life do be tough. So I be in my safe haven. But be sure you find as many of those safe havens as you can. All right, we're gonna go vertical. So here's the deal, y'all. If you can hear me and you're in the horizontal, whether you're in YouTube or you're in Twitch, I'm gonna go vertical. So you're gonna have to find the vertical stream, and it's not too tough. You have to, if you're in YouTube, you got to click on the YouTube where it says Gabriel Saint Artist, or go to the live channel, and there'll be a vertical feed. There'll be 2 lives in the vertical feed, and you need to click in the one that it has like a vertical thumbnail. You'll see it. So hop in there, and then we're gonna go vertical for about half hour, and then we'll have another like maybe 10 minutes after party here in the horizontal before we head out. But yeah, I would love it if y'all join me in the vertical. Also, stay hydrated out there. Make sure you get some water. Parched. I'm glad. You gotta find more safe havens though. You gotta find them all around. I'm glad that you know how to find them. Keep looking for them. What did y'all think about the what do y'all think about the cowboy? Did y'all like that? Anybody want to make any requests? All right, y'all. If you're in the horizontal with us, please make it over to the vertical with us. All right, hold on to your butts. We're going live. Hey Siri, 30 minutes.
30 minutes starting now.
Hey, what's up, YouTubes? We're back. Round 2. Come hang out again. We gotta do some more drawings. All right, y'all ready? Horizontal crew, come meet us in the verticals. Let's make sure this isn't getting in the way here. All right, there we go. All right, so here's our cow folk from earlier. I like the way that turned out. We might do some more of those. All right. We ready? I need to get the I gotta get the vertical stream up on yeah, 1 second. This is my face. I just gotta get the stream on my preview so I don't have to keep looking at my phone. I am here though. Here's my two pencils because we're gonna be drawing with two hands. Rosie, she made it to the secret seat. Welcome to the vertical, Rosie. Thank you for being here. Popping out the chat, popping out the chat, popping out the chat. Open up OBS, popping out the chat. Thank you for the hearts, Rosie. Thank you for the hearts, Rosie. Hi, Rosie, hi. Okay, so let's go. All right, how do we feel, huh? All right, chat, when you see a face, you need to say face in the chat. As soon as you see it, let's say face in the chat. What do we think? What kind of face do we see? That's pretty good. That's pretty quick. Pretty quick, right? What do we think? Huh? Not too bad. Face. We got a face in the chat. All right. Something like that. And again, I'm not trying to judge too much the drawing. I just want to let it come out of my hands, express myself. The biggest goal here is to just like have a nice time, draw lines that are pleasant, draw in a way that doesn't stress me out. That, I'm not trying to judge myself to tell, the picture doesn't look real or perfect. None of that matters. We just want to have fun. Oh, look at this. What? We got face from Fox and Shibby in the chat. All right, if you're just joining us, be sure and like the stream, subscribe to the page. Cybernetic Fox, Wolfman, Rosie, I see you've made it over to the vertical session. Yo, we also restream horizontally if you want to check out the first class seats. We'll also have a little after party afterward. How are you today? How have you been? How was your life? How are things? And this kind of art we're making, the goal is kind of self-expression, to have fun, not really kind of judge ourselves on how good or bad the art is, or if it's perfect, or if it looks right. It's just about allowing some art to exist on a sheet of paper and just kind of have a nice time making the artwork, not getting too caught up in the details or making things that are perfect. We just want to move the pencil around the sheet of paper in a way that's like fun and relaxing and therapeutic. Like think about the way when you write your name or you write a signature, how fun it is to write your signature. What's up, Norman? Welcome to the chat. How are you? Are you an artist, Norman? What's up, Jangra? Welcome to the chat, Jangra. Yeah, so I just want to relax and just like when you write your name, when you're writing your signature, you don't stress out that you don't have to make your signature look realistic. It's just about the shape of the lines, and making lines with your hand that nobody else can make. And I think you can make art in that same way. And if you kind of take some time to express yourself in that way, making art, you can kind of learn to kind of relax sometimes through making art instead of getting stressed out. Because, I hate to think that people are trying to make art and they get stressed out and then they stop making their art. It's like you don't ever have to stop. It don't have to be stressful. It don't have to be bad or good. It could just be art. And I think as hard as it is and as much practice as it takes to make your art look realistic, I think it takes just as much work and practice to allow your work to look expressive, to give yourself the permission to make expressive artwork, to learn to turn that voice off in your head that tries to tell you that you're not drawing good enough or writing good enough, well enough. And I think if you can learn to kind of let that voice kind of just be silenced, focus on one line at a time, you can start to make expressive art that's kind of helps you mentally. You might have a better day now that you've taken a second to do some art. Sometimes it's just about making expressive art. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm busy later. Nice talking to you. Thanks for hanging out, Shibby. It's nice to chat with you again. It's been a while. Hey, y'all, be sure and like the stream right here. Like the vertical stream. Here, y'all want to see some close-ups? Is it chaos? What do y'all think? All right, let's do another one. I don't like that people charcoal that I used that time. Okay, let's see what we got here. Not that one. Let's use this one. All right, let's do it again. Y'all ready? All right, chat. When you see a face, you gotta hit the chat with face. Y'all ready? Oh, was I zoomed out the whole time? Let's zoom in. All right, here we go. Huh? When you see a face, chat, you gotta hit face in the chat. Do you see a face yet? Huh? What about now? Is that a face yet? When is it a face? When is it a face? Tell me when it's a face. Is it a face yet? At what point does it become a face? Huh? At what point does it become a face? Maybe it's different for everybody. Let's go. What's up, Select Edit? What's up, Jangra? Hello to you. Is it a face yet? At what point does it become a face? As soon as you see a face, tell me in the chat. Hit me with a FACE. Yeah, be sure and like the chat here, right here. Select, what's up? How are you? Nobody sees a face yet? Okay, let's keep going. Do we see a face? Do we see a face? What? Jangra sees a face. Face. Rose sees it. Jordan from BR, like I exist? Like I exist? I'm just in here tracing, bruh. Jordan! My friend. Jordan, I exist? Or Jordan, bass player? Okay, how do we think? What do we think? It's not too bad, huh? All right. Put some shading down. Oh yeah, dog, pass the Skittles. Well, it's nice to have you here, man. How are you? How's the family? How you been? Hey, I'm gonna tell you like I tell everybody in my chat. If you haven't heard it in a while, I love you. I'm proud of you. You're becoming a better person and a better artist every day. Keep that shit up. The world's a better place because you exist and you're part of it, Jordan. Don't you forget that, my dude. I love you. You're a wonderful artist. Don't forget that you got art too. If you have a bad day, you're dealing with tough times. Conflict comes from everywhere in life. Sometimes you just got to sit down in a room with a sheet of paper and a pencil and just scribble it out. Don't forget that, my guy. You can write a song about a bad day. You can draw a picture about a bad day. You could write a movie about a bad day. You could DJ about a bad day. You could work out about a bad day. You know? Back in town for getting crushing my phone anytime I see you live. I'm coming to say, hey, I appreciate it, dude. Be sure and like the stream. Hey, Jordan, we're also on Vertical Live. You should come check it out on Vertical too. The camera angle's a little different. If you click on the Gabriel Saint artist title, it'll bring it to the vertical stream. It's kind of like it's in the shorts feed. That's a handsome fella here. Jordan, you've been never changed, bud. Love you too, dude. Have you been able to do anything creative, Jordan? You been doing any designing or any music or what's been up? I'm sure it's tough to find time to do anything working and being a dad. I know you said you just had a vacation. That's awesome. So yeah, now I'm using my eraser. If y'all are wondering, I'm using my eraser kind of like a white piece of charcoal, but it's just an eraser, and I'm doing like a reductive thing where I'm pulling a color away instead of adding a color. Pulling out a little bit of highlights here and there. And I don't know if any of this is right. I don't care if the right highlights are in the right place or not. Like, I'm just trying to have fun and de-stress by scribbling on a sheet of paper. I think people forget that that's what art is, and they spend a lot of time trying to make the perfect piece of art, and I don't think it matters if it's perfect. It's just got to be a piece of art. Boom. I think there's face number 2. What do we think? My electric erasers. Battery's getting low, I think. Here, you want to see some details? Mm-mm-mm-mm. What do you think? What do you think? Mm-mm. All right, let's do another one. All right, next up. Scribbles on paper. Y'all ready for this? I'm gonna go sharpen my pencil. All right. Vertical stream. Look who made it to the vertical stream. Wow. All right, chat. When you see a face, I need you to put face in the chat. When you see a face, you got to tell me you see it. You see a face yet? At what point does the drawing become a face? At what point does the drawing become a face? You see a face yet? How about now? Do we see a face yet, or is it still chaos? When? When does it become the face? What about now? Chat, you got to give me a big FACE when you see it. Uh-oh, here we go. But is it a face yet? Come on, y'all. Finish it. Boom. What do we think? Obscura's in the house. What's up, Obscura? The face has appeared, and so has Obscura. What's up, Obscura? I caught a couple of your lives the other day. Your artwork's really great. I also love that horror aesthetic myself. As a horror film director, I like what you're doing. Your stuff is very intricate, though. You spend a lot of time on that work, I can tell. Maybe it's your face. Random child, what up? Nice to have you back. How have you been? Be sure and like the stream, y'all. Like the stream over here. If you like the stream, it'll put tell the rest of the crew we're streaming. That's how YouTube works, but you gotta like the stream. If you like the stream, it'll tell all our friends that we're streaming. I'll send them in for them to come hang out with us. So be sure and like the stream right here, please. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. All right. Can you draw a face? Can you draw a face you see? Yeah, sure. Andre asks. Random child, how you been? What's up? Obscura, what's been up with you? How have you been? How's life? How's your day? Andre, what's up with you? How have you been? Y'all, I like this face. I like the way this guy's coming out. This guy or this gal. This non-binary pal. All right, let's see. You know what? I'm just putting some charcoal and smudging it around. I'm trying not to judge myself too much about like how the drawing looks or where it's going. You know, there's so many times in life and so many events and things where like we have to be very critical of ourselves and everything's got to be perfect, you know? But fortunately, art is one of those things where you don't have to be perfect and you don't have to be so critical about everything, you know? And I would like to remind you, like, that takes practice, you know? You have to practice not taking everything so seriously all the time, you know, not just in art, but just in life, you know? And I think if you spend some time making some expressive art, you know, you can learn that not all these lines matter. And having all the control of the piece of art or knowing exactly what's going to come next might not always get you the best end product, you know? Like sometimes you just got to go along for the ride with life. There's so many parts of life that you don't have all the control and you don't know the way things are going to pan out. And sometimes if you just go through the process and you just exist, just like a great piece of art just has to exist, you know, you can learn through making art like that sometimes you can give up a little control and still end up with something beautiful. Sometimes you don't have to like make something perfect and sometimes like you don't have to be perfect in order to like really be yourself. You know, just being yourself, just like art existing is important, you existing is important, you know. And I think sometimes making art like this, it teaches us that every single line isn't the most critical thing, you know? That voice in your head that tells you, "Hey, stop, you're not good enough," or that line isn't in the right place, or whatever kind of goals you have in life. That voice in the back of your head is going to keep telling you, you know, that you're not doing things right. And the answer is there ain't no right. You know, just keep doing you. Just keep being you. Just keep moving forward. Keep making art. Keep being yourself. Keep existing. Keep making the art exist. And I think that's really what art is for, is to remind ourselves, you know, what's going on inside our mind and and to let it out in a positive way, you know? That's what art is. Art is self-expression. I think we forget, and sometimes we think that it's it's about drawing pretty pictures. And sometimes it is, but that's not all it is. Art is therapy, Art is taking a bad day and turning it into something beautiful. And it doesn't even have to be beautiful. Art is taking something negative and turning it into something positive, you know, taking out a bad day on art, you know. Very Skira says, I'm very close to getting the electric set up in my studio building. Once I do, I'll do more lives. I want to start an art mafia. Well, let me join the art mafia. Yes, I've been painting a lot more. Random Child says, I've been painting a lot more since watching your vids. They inspired me to not care much and just have fun with it. Well, that's awesome, Random. That's awesome. That makes my day. I'm so glad. And you know what? You're going to inspire other people to do the same thing. One day, people are going to see the way that you're creating and expressing yourself, and it's going to give them permission to do the same thing. I'm proud of you. Keep going. You deserve that. You deserve the grace. You deserve all the permission in the world to just be you and to just express yourself. That's all you got to do. You're going to get better. You're going to get better. Time makes you better. But if you're not doing the work, if you're not expressing yourself, not only that, but like you have to like practice being kind to yourself. You know, you have to practice telling yourself it's okay to make a mistake and keep moving forward. That's not easy, you know? And I'm proud of you for making that leap, you know? Obscure says art has no rules, Obscure. That's true. Color outside the lines. Color right off the page. Can't play a peekaboo in a box. Thanks, Rosie. I use pot lids, scrapers, towels, flick and sling, 3 different minutes. It just has to give. Yeah, whatever works. Andre, now can you do one from reference? Sure, Andre. Do you want to give me a reference? Bickus. Thanks for subbed. I appreciate it, dude. Y'all, be sure and like the live stream and sub if you haven't. Turn Bicus. I'm not sure how to pronounce that if you want to tell me. Bicus, are you an artist? What kind of art do you do? Andre, do you want to make a request of a certain somebody, or do you want me to just look at a random picture on the internet? Does it have to be a face, or what do you want me to draw? I'm gonna give Andre a second to answer, otherwise, we'll just hop on another Tron. Be sure and like the stream, sub to the page. Okay, doesn't matter. You just want me to look at a picture and draw. Does it have to be okay? So let's do. I'm gonna do another cowboy. I was having fun doing cowboys for some reason. This might be our last drawing of the stream. All right, y'all. I hope it looks okay. Okay, here we go. Well, I'm gonna do a cowboy. Is that cool? All right. Before I show y'all my buddy real quick. That's my buddy. So stay hydrated, eat food, check your posture. That's very true. Good things. All right, check this out, y'all. If you haven't heard it today, you haven't heard it recently. Oh fuck, I forgot what I was doing. I started drawing a face automatically. We'll come back to that one. It's supposed to be drawing from reference. Andre. I'm sorry, Andre, I forgot. I just went into autopilot. I saw that? Dang. But I remembered, I fixed it. You got your little chihuahua? I love it. Alright, so let me try this again. Okay, y'all. If you haven't heard it recently, I love you. I'm proud of you. You're not alone in this world. You're becoming a better person and a better artist every day. Keep doing that. I appreciate that, and I notice that. If nobody else notices, I notice that. Keep doing it. I'm proud of you for being you and for making art. And I want to remind you that art's more than pretty pictures. So when you're having a bad day, you're dealing with drama or conflict, and that's the thing about life is it's all about conflict. Even the best days we have conflict, and even the easiest of lives are full of conflict. But life is all about conflict resolution. So when you do end up having a bad day, which we all do because life is full of bad days, life is full of ups and downs. So next time you end up with a conflict in your life, whether it comes from your work or your school, or it comes from your girlfriend, your wife, it might just come from within us. Sometimes we end up with a conflict like a health conflict, a mental health conflict, a physical health conflict. Conflicts come from everywhere in our lives. But I want to remind you that you have this amazing superpower. That when you're having a bad time or you're dealing with conflict, you could maybe you're depressed, maybe you're doing bad physically, you're not feeling well. Maybe you could be dealing with an illness or a sickness. Um, maybe you're it's just a regular conflict. You got into an argument with someone you love. Maybe you're dealing with something with school or work. Well, I want you to remember that you can take these big feelings, these bad feelings, these negative emotions, and you can turn them into positive things. You have a superpower where you can take a bad day, you could take bad feelings, you could take bad experiences, and you can draw a picture about it. You can write a film about it. You can make a movie, you can write a song about it. You can draw a cowboy, you can draw a portrait, you can write a poem, you can write a book. Anytime you start to deal with those conflicts in your life, I want you to remember that because you are a human, you have that superpower. That you can take your negative feelings and you can turn them into something positive just by scribbling on a sheet of paper. You know, you can write a song, a story, you can draw a picture. It doesn't, it could be music, and it doesn't even have to be that kind of art. You could go work out about a bad day, you know? You could be creative, but you can transform negativity, you can transform negative energy into something positive. And that's a talent that you have. That's what so many people forget. So when you're dealing with a bad day and you're dealing with conflict, don't forget that life isn't about and art isn't about being perfect. It's not big, it doesn't have to be realistic, you know? Just take some time to express yourself. Make some art. Remember that all you have to do is exist. All the art has to do is exist. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to exist. So when you start getting conflict in your life, when you start dealing with conflict from school, when you deal with conflict from your friends or just within ourselves, don't take that conflict out on people you love. Don't take it out on your community. Don't take conflicts out on the drywall. You don't take it out on people you love. Don't take it out on the things that are important to you. Okay? When these conflicts in your life, hey Siri, stop the alarm. When these conflicts in your
Your
life
alarms are off.
start stacking up, I want you to remember that you can take it out on art. When you get into an argument, you can take it out on art. When you have a bad day, you can take it out on art. When you're dealing with terrible conflicts, when you're depressed, you can take it out on art. When you're overwhelmed, you can take it out on art. When you're feeling anxiety, you can take it out on art. Don't take it out on yourself. Do not take it out on yourself. Do not take it out on yourself. Don't take it out on yourself. Don't take it out on yourself. Okay, you have this beautiful talent, you have this beautiful opportunity to express yourself through art. Do that. Do that. Express yourself through art. And people will love it, and they'll be inspired to express themselves through art. And if everybody takes a second to just take some of the negativity in their life and transform it into something positive through art, then just little by little, every one of us start to make the world just a little bit better. And all it takes is just learning how to give yourself permission to scribble on a sheet of paper. Give yourself permission to write a story. Give yourself permission that it's okay to have a bad day. You know, it's okay to not have control over every scenario. It's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to not draw the perfect picture. You know, it doesn't even have to be a good picture. You can't be your best. You can't do your best work every day. Some days you got to make bad art. Some days have to be bad days. And that's just the luck of life. That's just the human experience. But I don't want you to forget that at the end of the day, nothing else matters. Is that if the only thing that matters is that you keep existing with us. You know, that the art keeps existing, that you keep existing. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. Just wanted to do a quick little 30-minute stream. Thanks for being here. Andre, thanks for the request. Be sure, and your father said my art is kind of like Picasso. Will you tell your father I said thank you very much? That is such a wonderful compliment. I appreciate that. I have a Picasso tattoo. Well, here, let me show you some more of my drawings that we drew on screen. Yeah, be sure and subscribe. Your mom agrees. Thank you. Thank you. Well, let's look at some more drawings. You know, you can draw like this too. Picasso said he spent the first half of his life learning to draw realistically. And then he took the second half of his life to learn to draw like a child again. And I think sometimes there's something we could learn from the way a child draws. And I think some of it is like giving ourselves some permission to kind of make a mistake. Just keep moving forward. You know? And you have permission to make mistakes and just keep moving forward. Don't forget that. The more you keep moving forward, the more you give other people permission to do the same. You know? Little by little, one artist at a time, one piece of art at a time. We're going to express ourselves. We're going to take negative energy and we're going to turn it into something positive. And one by one, we're going to make the world a better place just by drawing. Just by making art. Just by making films, writing poems, writing stories, painting, taking photos. Here's our last one of the day. All right, y'all. Don't forget, the world's a better place because you're in it. Stick around. I love you. I'm proud of you. Take it out on art. Don't take it out on yourself. You're not alone. We're here to chat. Make some art. Come hang out with us. We'll see you next time. Like, subscribe. all that other stuff. See you later, y'all. I'm gonna be at the horizontal. So we're still streaming horizontal here, y'all. What a long stream. See if anybody makes it back to the horizontals. We got another couple subscribers, 98 views, not too bad. That's fun. Plus, I feel like we're making some differences in people's lives, and that's the most important part. You know, there's gonna be some people just like I was when I was a young artist. Somebody kind of told me the philosophy that I teach, and my life is better because of it. So I just want to share that with everybody all the time. I'm always watching. I'm in the walls. Oh Lord, that's not scary. What'd you think, Rosie? How was the vertical? Did you have fun? Did you meet anybody? Yeah, I like our friends in the verticals. There's a lot of artists over there, a lot of people that like the message, that need to hear the message. Really nice to let people know what we're doing and people responding to it. How long have we been streaming vertical? Dude, we're almost on 3 hours. All right, I got to get out of here. Rosie, thanks for being here. I'm proud of you. I love you. Keep on keeping on. You know, there's going to be more conflicts down the road, Rosie. But don't forget, you have the tools to get through this. Sometimes you just got to sit down and make a little bit of art, you know, and it sounds trivial. And I know you're dealing with stuff that sucks. Random Child, have you checked out the Discord? Do you have Discord? You're more than welcome to share your art in the Discord. So even when I'm not streaming, some of the artists, check it out. Oh, Wolfman. It was nice talking to you again, Wolfman. We hadn't caught up in a while, but I appreciate you being here and hanging out, dude. It's been a little while. You're our YouTube moderator. I'm going to wipe up some of this charcoal. But yeah, Random Child, if you want to check out the Discord, you can share some of your art over there. A lot of the community members are sharing their art there throughout the week when I'm not streaming. They can kind of look at each other's art if you want to kind of catch up in there. We'd love to see it. Everything's covered in charcoal. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, y'all. All right, I'll see you. Today is Thursday. I'll see you on Saturday. We'll do it again. Actually, we might be able to stream Saturday. I have a show, a music show Saturday, so we'll have to see what the stream on Saturday looks like. It may be a music stream. Ta-da! All right, y'all. Don't forget the motto. Hit him with the music. Hit him with the motto. What's a motto? Nothing. What's a motto with you?